Hi everyone, I'm your host Diva Danielle, and this is Community Link AZ. Thank you for joining the show. This is the internet show that's a resource for you to people, products, and services in your own backyard you might not even know of. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss an episode. Each week, I'll introduce you to someone who is helping to make a positive difference in the community. We're going to have some fun, learn something new, and connect in a positive way. Let's start the show. Hi everyone, and welcome to Community Link AZ. I'm your host Diva Danielle. Thank you so much for checking out my YouTube channel. I do appreciate it. If it's your first time, welcome to the show. I hope you'll click the subscribe button because I do not want you to miss anything that I have coming up with all of my special guests. And please like my page on Facebook. It's Community Link AZ. Today I got Mary Kate Nackey, and she is the communications coordinator with New Pathways for Youth. It's a nonprofit in our community that's doing their part to help the young people move forward and be successful contributors to our community. So I want to welcome you to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
This is so nice just to sit down and talk with you because, like I said, I would volunteer in the community when we were talking off camera. And there's so many different organizations out there that are sometimes hard to tap into because you only are one person, but when you do get to make that connection like we are making today, it's just nice to be able to have a conversation and hear what you're doing.
Yeah, I love to tell people about our mission.
Yeah, and you guys have a great mission, so, indulge our audience. We want to know about the work that you do and who you are in the community so we can help support you.
Yeah, so we've been in the Valley for over 30 years, and what we do is we guide youth towards renewed outlooks on life and unlimited possibilities for their futures. So we serve youth who live in extreme poverty and have experienced 4 times the adversity of their peers. So we qualify that as 4 adverse childhood experiences. And adverse childhood experiences have some really heartbreaking side effects, including shorter life expectancy. So really we're fighting for these kids' lives, trying to mitigate the effects of these adverse childhood experiences, and we do that with like a 3-pronged approach. So what we do is the CDC has recognized that one of the best interventions for adverse childhood experiences is a relationship with a caring and stable adult. So we match each youth with a mentor, and they are part of a community group. So they're matched with that mentor in a community of other mentors and youth, and they go through the entire program together, and on average they're in the program for about 4 years. And we are also match them with a case manager who puts together a tailored action plan for them. So they will look at what that youth wants to do with their life, and they will help them put together a plan, and they will say, what resources are you going to need to be successful? Who can support you? What do you see as barriers? Let's figure out a plan to make this happen. And then lastly, we have our workshops, where we have a holistic development curriculum where we teach them life skills, things like how to apply for financial aid, what to do in job interviews, but also things like what can you do when you get stressed, what can you do when your inner critic is being really loud. So we take these 3 approaches, and we have some pretty fantastic outcomes. The youth in our program graduated at a rate of 95%.
Oh, that's very high.
Yeah.
That's to be commended. That's fantastic.
Yeah, the national average for youth who've experienced 4 or more adverse childhood experiences is 55%. So we're really proud of that, and everyone leaves our programming feeling like anything is possible. That's our biggest thing for them, is that they realize that they have a future, and their future is bright, and it has unlimited possibilities.
I love that. Now, what are the ages of the youth that you're working with?
We work with youth. We usually try and get them right around when they're entering into high school, so usually around 13 or 14. And then we recognize that while a lot of youth are probably going to be in our program when they graduate high school, there's a lot of youth who need help beyond that.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of these kids end up being the first in their family to go to college, and they still need support, so we support our youth up until age 21.
I love that, and I love the hands-on approach and the fact that you take each kid and treat their specific needs and not try to cookie cutter everybody in a blanket, program, and they get exactly what they need. And it may sound so simple that they're supplying them with the basic life skills, but there are so many youth in our community, even adults for that matter, who don't have the basic things to equip them so they can become productive members of society.
Absolutely, yeah. That's one of the side effects of adverse childhood experiences. They miss out on a lot of those lessons that youth who don't have those adverse childhood experiences, they take for granted. They don't even think about the fact that they got that lesson.
Now, everyone has had to make some changes due to COVID. So what kind of shifts have you had to make to keep up and meet the needs of the individuals who are utilizing your services?
Yeah, so we realized pretty quickly that our services are essential to the youth that
absolutely.
we serve.
Right.
A lot of programs that help keep them on track, a lot of their healthy habits that help keep them towards their goals were shutting down. Schools, clubs, sports teams, a lot of this stuff started going away, and we needed to make sure that we were keeping them on track and that we were keeping them towards all the things that they're working towards. So we essentially tripled our services during the pandemic. We started reaching out every week, making sure that they had the essential items that they needed. Beyond that, we wanted to make sure we were keeping them on track, dealing with things like the digital divide, the learning environment divide. A lot of these youth were living in spaces that weren't really conducive to learning. So we've been working to mitigate those effects, and we're really proud that we recently had a third-party evaluator look at our program, and our youth actually achieved their highest outcomes ever this past year. So
See, that is fantastic.
Exactly.
That's why I love doing this show, because it introduces you to people in the community who are truly making a positive difference in the lives of others going forward. And as they always say, and it sounds like a cliche, the youth are our future. And if they are not equipped with the basic essentials to become viable, contributing adults in the future of this world, we have nothing to stand on. So again, your organization, New Pathways for Youth, needs to be commended, because you are definitely a great resource to know about, because I'm sure there's people out there who are watching this who have never heard of you, but maybe come to mind somebody that they know can utilize it.
Absolutely.
Well, let's talk about the ways that the community can support you going forward. What are you in need of, or how can they just be your cheerleaders and rally around you?
Yeah, absolutely. You can always contribute financially. We're an Arizona charitable tax credit organization, so a donation to us would qualify up to $800 for married couples, $400 for individuals, for that dollar for dollar tax credit, which is always great.
We love a monetary donation.
And we're also looking for mentors to volunteer with our program and serve our youth. I know a lot of people can kind of be intimidated by that stable and caring adult. It's like, am I a stable and caring adult?
They have to check themselves. Who, me? No.
But we're really not looking for people who are perfect. We're looking for people who can show up, for people who can be there. A lot of the youth in our program deal with a lot of instability, and we just need something to be stable for them. And I actually started out as a mentor with New Pathways before I started working there. I love the organization so much. So yeah, I've been matched with my youth Troy for about 2.5 years, and
That's amazing.
Yeah, I can say they feel sometimes like I get more out of it than I'm giving to him, but I'm just so grateful for the relationship that I have with him. So
see, it's a win-win. So you can donate monetarily, you can help and support them and encourage them by welcoming them in and letting people know about the services they provide. So if they can help another youth in the community, that's a win. Or just be a mentor. You have some time on your hands and you want to make a connection and do your part in the community, this is a great opportunity.
Absolutely.
How can people follow you on social media? Where are you at? Give us all the tips.
Yeah, so you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at NPFYPHX, and from there you can also, we have a link in our bio for doing a mentor intro session, learning anything about us and what we're doing. And yeah, we hope that you guys watching at home will check us out.
They will check you out, because they watch Community Link AZ just for that, to find out who's in the community that they can support. Well, Mary Kay, you were fantastic, and I applaud you for going from mentorship into actually getting a job and still continuing to help the youth in our community.
Thank you. Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure.
Well, it was great talking with you on the show, and thanks again for the work you do.
Thank you for having me so much.
This was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel. Tell all your friends, because this is what the show is about. Helping you to know who's in the community as a resource, and you can help support them going forward so they continue to do the positive work that they're doing to help impact the lives of others right here in our community. It was a great show. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be here next week, and I hope you will too. Hit the subscribe button and like my page on Facebook, Community Link AZ. Until then, you make it a great day, and I'll see you soon.